Hey everyone, let's take a few minutes to do an upper body release using a lacrosse ball and a foam roller. You're gonna set that lacrosse ball off to the side. We'll come back for that one a little later. And we're gonna start with that foam roller underneath the back of our shoulder blades. So you're gonna get this set up by bringing the bottom of your shoulder blades right onto that foam roller. Hands come behind your head, hips lift off the ground, and then you're gonna take a roll forward and backwards. And I want you to stick to your upper back for now, so just the length of the shoulder blades. From the bottom all the way up to the top of the shoulder, keeping the elbows wide, and just letting your head rest down in your hands so that your neck isn't doing any work. If you have a baggy shirt on, you might want to tuck it into like the back of your pants. And if you have long hair, if you have a ponytail, you're going to want to hold that up out of the way so that that roller doesn't trap your hair underneath it or tug on your shirt. So. We're just going to stay for another 30 seconds or so. Nice slow rolls forward and backwards, trying to cover as much space as you can across the top of that back. The next time that the shoulders are on the roller, the bottom of the shoulder blades, you're going to drop your hips down, keep your hands tucked behind your head, and then let your head fall back into your palms. And you should get a little stretch through your chest. You can scoot forward or backwards if it doesn't feel like it's in the right spot. But as you get down there, keep your hands stuck together and try to pull your elbows apart. Deepen the stretch across your chest. And just take a couple deep breaths holding in this position. Letting each exhale make that stretch feel a little softer. One more big breath in and out. And then use your hands to gently tuck your chin into your chest and bring yourself up to a seated position. We're gonna scoot that foam roller off to the side and grab our lacrosse ball. And you're gonna want it all the way down on your back. We're gonna take that lacrosse ball underneath our right trap muscle. So the very top of your shoulder, kind of where like the base of your neck starts to meet your shoulder, you're gonna put that ball down there. And just start by letting some body weight rest onto the ball. Trying to let that right arm relax into the floor. Trying not to strain through your neck or like flex your upper body at all to help, just letting some body weight press down. And then once you're able to relax those first couple things that flex and try to help, I want you to roll some circles with this right arm. And you can move the whole entire arm around, or you could choose to move just your shoulder. But I want you to move that arm or that shoulder in a way that feels like it's giving that upper trap muscle a little bit of a massage. So you're gonna get really funky with it, like try to explore every inch of that muscle. Maybe shifting your ribs from side to side or kind of contorting the torso in a way to cover some more space on that trap muscle. Awesome. And then we're gonna take that ball, still on the same side, and just slide it down an inch. We're gonna go into that small channel between the edge of your shoulder blade and your spine, right in between those two. And then once you've got that set up, you're not gonna worry so much about laying flat on your back. You're just gonna lean as much weight onto that ball as you can. I still have a lot of weight on my left side, but I'm gonna start those big circles with my right arm again. And after that starts to feel comfortable, I'm actually gonna start to move my ribs and feel like I'm sliding on the ball. So I'm gonna take my rib cage, puff it up off the floor, kind of lift my chest up, and then sink my ribs back down. And that little motion, that lift and lower in the chest, feels like that lacrosse ball is rolling up and down that channel between the shoulder blade and the spine. Hands are on your hips or on the floor or floating in the air. As long as you don't feel like you're flexing too hard through that right shoulder and through the side of your neck, we are A-okay with wherever those arms go. Maybe you start to move them a little bit after a couple of those rib lifts. then take that ball out. Lay both shoulders down on the ground and just see if you can notice a difference between the right and the left side. We're gonna do the same thing on the left. So now that lacrosse ball is gonna come onto your left trap, all the way up at the top, like where the neck starts to meet your shoulder. You're gonna lay some weight down and then start to move that left arm. Whether it's your arm or your shoulder, a combination of it, or if you choose to just stay still and breathe, it's all good. Just wanna feel a little bit of a response on that muscle and hopefully start to feel a little bit of relaxation the longer that we stay here. Encouraging those muscles to just lighten up or relax, however you need to think about it. Each exhale brings that little more softness to that spot. And then we're going to take that ball on the same exact side, slide it down an inch or two. So we're in between the shoulder blade and the spine, trying to find some muscle there. I always take those first few seconds with this one and just try to get comfortable laying some weight down on the ball. Maybe kind of shifting side to side. Good. And then once you feel like you're comfortable on that ball, like you can relax some muscles over here, then you can start to circle the arm. Or start to lift and lower the ribs. You can scoot a couple times. Maybe that ball is just off of the spot that you're really hoping that you'll feel. Don't be afraid to move. A lot of the times the spot that I put the ball in first isn't where it needs to be, and so you just gotta get a little adjustment. You'll know it should feel really good once you've got that ball in the right spot. Last few breaths over here. Still trying to keep a steady inhale and exhale as always. Filling all the way up, emptying all the way out. Awesome. And then take that lacrosse ball. We're gonna roll over onto our stomachs. I'm gonna swing around so I can do my right side for you. So we are going to lay down on our stomach. You're gonna take that ball underneath the right side of your chest, and you're just gonna lay that right arm down by your side. My palms facing the ceiling, and I'm trying to let that be as relaxed as possible. My left hand is gonna press into the floor, and I'm gonna take my right cheek to the floor. And then I'm gonna push off of that right hand and try to roll a little bit of weight into the ball, massaging the front of that shoulder, and my chest muscle right where it starts to kind of pull together to meet the upper arm. Just a little press. I don't usually roll on this one. I'm not trying to shift forward or backwards at all, but I will move my arm, kind of reach it lower or shrug it up, and that makes it feel like the ball is kind of shifting into different spots. I find a really tender spot. I just found one. I'm actually going to stop the movement. I'm just going to press into that ball. And I'm going to take 3 huge breaths. And then lift my head up. Let's switch the ball to the other side. So now it's going to go on my chest muscle on the left. My left hand is just down by my side, palm toward the ceiling, right hand's on the floor. Just gently pressing into that right hand to massage those chest muscles on the left side. Still breathing. Even though you're pressing into this right hand, try not to create any extra tension in that shoulder. See if you can drop the shoulder away from the ear. Use those muscles that come from the back of the ribs to create that movement. And again, I move my left arm to make it feel like that ball is going into different spots rather than trying to roll around on that ball. Just pressing weight onto it and then getting weight back off of it. If you find a really tender spot, feel free to stay still, a couple deep breaths. Awesome. And then let's lift ourselves all the way back up. We just have one more in this little series right here. That lacrosse ball can go away. You're gonna grab your foam roller one more time. And we're gonna come into a child's pose with our elbows propped up on the roller. So I've got my big toes touching, my toes are untucked, so the tops of my feet are on the ground. I'm gonna bring right and left elbow onto the roller. Your forehead may rest down on the foam roller, or if you're really stretchy, you might be able to slide your head on the inside of it and your head can still touch the ground. Hands are gonna come to your back. I like to hold mine together in a fist and then press that fist together. It helps that tricep stretch feel a little bigger for me, but there's no right or wrong spot to put your hands. You're just trying to let the palms come in between the shoulder blades. And then think about sliding the elbows forward. A couple deep breaths. Each exhale, trying to drop your chest below the armpits. Trying to sink your chest closer towards your thighs. One more breath in and out. Release your hands first. Start to roll yourself in. Try not to get your ponytail stuck. Alrighty, you guys are all finished. So that was a quick upper body one. Just those chest muscles and those back muscles. You could always add in some lateral stretches here, some extra binds behind your back if you're still feeling like you need to open up. But feel free to cycle back through those, linger in any of them that felt really nice. And I'll see you guys next time.